Hey guys, welcome back to this place. If you are new, welcome here for the very first time. I am Carmen, this is Sammy, and today we are watching season 1, episode 9, I believe, of Lost. Let's just take a minute to be excited, okay? Because I'm excited. I was gonna say, we're almost halfway through the season, which I think is true. But then I also remembered that this is the era of like 23, 24 episode seasons, which just makes me so happy because I get so much longer to sit with the characters, to explore the characters, to figure out who they are and what makes them tick. And if you guys are new to this channel or you haven't figured it out yet, that is like my favorite thing to do, is to just think way too hard about characters, their backstories, their motivations, who they are, you know, all of the things. So, as you can imagine, I am loving the flashbacks. Last time we got to delve a little bit into the psyche of Sawyer, who is a very interesting sort of conundrum of a character for me, because I feel like I don't know. I feel like the show wants you to root for him, even though on a sort of conscious level, you're like, I don't know if I should root for this guy. But you do, you know? Not in everything or anything like that, but there's just something that is likable about him, despite also the fact that he is a dick, like 90% of the time. I think that after last episode, it's partially, you know, the tortured child of it all that's inside, like the trauma of his life makes you really feel empathetic towards him, as well as, dang, am I? At least for me, the fact that there is something about him that reminds me of Dean Winchester, another, you know, tortured, sort of traumatic upbringing character that is one of my all-time favorite TV characters. So, those things just, they draw me to Sawyer, and I don't know if that's, I don't know. We'll have to see if he actually earns the fact that I feel the need to stand up for him. I think sometimes he does. And I think that sort of the duality of his character will continue to frustrate me and also compel me to defend him for some reason. Anyway, that's kind of where we left off, learning a little bit more about Sawyer. Sayid also left. He has decided that because of the person that he became when he was confronted with the choice to torture or not to torture. So because of who he became, he decided that he needed to be by himself for a little bit, because he doesn't think it's beneficial for him to be, it's not beneficial for him to be in this environment at this moment. That is where we left off. That was a lot of rambling and some theatrics by a very tiny cat. And I'm going to stop rambling. Let's get into episode 9 and see whose past we discovered this week. What's that? Go look at that. What the fuck is that?
Ow. Easy, jackass.
You wanted easy, quit moaning. I gotta change these bandages.
I will try not taking my skin off.
I want to go back to Sayid. No offense, guys.
Only reason you're here.
I'm here because no one else wants anything to do with you.
That's your own fault, Sawyer. You're pushing people away.
She does.
You need to stop it with that. A tripwire? Is this a trap? People setting traps? Be careful, Saeed. Ah, be careful. Fuck, he wasn't careful enough. Ah! Ah! Oh my god! Don't pull it out! Don't pull it out! Don't pull it! You're not supposed to pull it out! You should know this, Saeed.
Hello.
Oh.
What's going on out there?
You know, the usual.
I wonder who that guy is.
People yelling at each other over nothing.
What's that? Is that like poison ivy?
It's a common rash.
Okay,
It's brought
good.
on by heat and stress.
Okay.
Just try to relax.
This guy is an overthinker.
Have you taken a look at everybody out there? Everybody's way tense.
Well, yeah, because nobody's come to rescue you.
Things could be worse.
Well, you should never say that because
Oh!
lots of ways. So many ways that this could be worse. You could be dead. One. Alex. Someone's saying Alex. Where is Alex?
Alex, where is Alex?
Who the fuck is Alex? I don't know, sir. I can't tell you where he is. This is one way it could be worse, Hurley. This is one way.
Where's Alex?
It sounded
It's not.
like
Where
a
is
woman.
Alex?
Oh, it's a woman.
No, any Alex.
Oh, flashback.
You're my superior officer, Roma.
Oh my.
For now.
And I'll enjoy it while it lasts. She won't miss being a communications officer.
Who is she? Does he know her? I mean, she's the one in the pictures, but did he already know her here, or was he just like, ooh, pretty girl? You know.
What are you guys doing out in the jungle at night?
Best time to hunt.
Ethan here has some experience.
He looks familiar.
Figured people are starting to get tired of eating boar meat.
You got that right.
Actually looks familiar. I don't know. I think I would rather boar than rat, personally.
Whoa, dude.
What is it? What was it?
With a French woman repeating on a loop for 16 years.
I wonder if that's her, and she's gonna be like, what? It's been 16 years?
C'est que le commandant, je vous en prie, venez à notre aide. 16 years.
Yeah.
Has it really been that long?
Yeah.
You just happened to hear my distress call?
Well, no.
I know what you are.
They were looking for it. What does that mean?
Rousseau.
Rosa.
How do you know my name?
I read it. There on the jacket.
Broadcast from somewhere else.
Where?
But they control it now.
Who?
They.
You. And the others like you.
He literally doesn't control anything.
The woman in the photographs.
Nadia.
Nadia. That's a pretty name.
Her name is Nadia.
He was just assigned to
Noor Abed Jassi.
interrogate her.
If you refuse to cooperate, I'm going to hurt you. Do you understand?
Nobody calls me Noor, Said. You of all people should know that.
So he does know her. Okay.
You don't remember me? Am I so different from the little girl in the schoolyard who used to push you in the mud?
Ah. They were kids together.
Nadia.
This is where they burned me with acid. They pierced my hands with a drill. Would you like to see the soles of my feet? Where they flayed the skin off? I'm not going to tell you anything.
Why would they?
I'm going to hurt you.
I know.
I wonder if they ever got information out of her before. Because otherwise, why would they keep torturing her?
Alex. Who is he?
You're not the only one who gets to ask questions, ma'am.
Hurley, what are you doing?
You left her too?
She wasn't on the plane.
What?
She's dead.
What?
Because of me.
Is it because he didn't torture her?
I'm so sorry.
Alright, ma'am. You're a bit familiar with somebody you don't really know. I'd be like, please stop touching me.
Welcome
To what?
to the first and hopefully last Island Open.
They're gonna play golf?
What? Our lives suck. Everyone's nerves are stretched to the max.
They
I
need
mean,
relaxation.
We're lost on an island, running from boars and monsters. Freaking polar bears.
Polar bears? You didn't hear about the polar bear?
Look, all I'm saying, you know, have fun. That's right, fun. Or else we're just gonna go crazy waiting for the next bad thing to happen.
He's right.
It's a music box, but it's broken. It was a gift from my lab for our anniversary.
You mean Alex?
Robert,
Ooh. Wonder if Alex is a son, maybe?
what is written on the back of your photograph? Perhaps you don't want to tell me because it causes too much pain.
What is my incentive to tell you? You're about to stab me with some unknown liquid.
You don't need to do that.
That really does not look sanitary.
It's gotta be your call.
Is this about golf? Go for it.
Okay.
Shoot the whole thing. Yeah.
Give me a 7-iron.
Got it.
Hey! Heads up over there! No chance!
Don't blow it.
You won't get anywhere near us! Are you playing golf?
Yep.
Yeah. Can I play?
Oh, maybe you'll chill the fuck out, so sure.
Then I want to know your name.
Ooh.
Your first name.
Danielle.
Danielle.
My name is Danielle. We were part of a science team.
Science.
Maybe that's where the polar bear came from.
You said it killed them all.
Yeah.
We were coming back from the Black Rock.
The Black Rock.
It was them. They were the carriers.
Who were the carriers?
Carriers of what?
Others.
Have you seen other people on this island?
No. But I hear them. Out there in the jungle.
Okay.
They whisper.
What do they say? He thinks that she just hears voices. I'm not sure. I think...
You think I'm insane?
Yeah, I think he does. I want to know what they say. Ooh. He's showing her kindness.
Then I won't have these visits to look forward to anymore.
Ma'am, you're a prisoner.
This isn't a game, Nadia.
Yet you keep playing it, Sayed. Pretending to be something I know you're not.
I agree, but I'm also not sure, like, his level of choice.
Apparently Jack's playing with him right now.
Jack is golfing.
That's what I hear.
Doctor playing golf. Whew, boy, howdy. I've heard everything. What's next?
I feel like doctors play
Stop
golf
eating a
all
donut.
the time.
You want to?
Okay. I was gonna say, that's so normal.
Not big on crowds. And let's face it, crowd's not too hot on me either.
He's not wrong.
One outcast to another. I think about making more of an effort.
You gotta extend other people an olive branch.
Duly noted.
Try not being an asshole to one other person besides her. Maybe they'll be not an asshole to you back.
Some things can be fixed.
I believe her about the voices, though. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know, but
Thank you so much.
this is a weird ass island. What the fuck was that?
Where are you going?
If we're lucky, it's one of the bears.
If we're lucky. The monster.
There's no such thing as monsters.
You have to execute her.
What?
He doesn't.
The
That's
Jazim woman has given us nothing.
how he gets killed,
This
or
will
how
send a
she gets
message to
killed.
others
Right?
who will not talk.
I just need more time with her.
You have had more than a month, Said.
Ooh, it's been a month now.
Now bring her outside and shoot her.
Or I will.
Are you going to hurt me, Saeed?
I don't think he will, but he doesn't really have a choice. I think that other guy will. Omar or something? Yeah, good job, Saeed. You kept that little music box screwdriver thingy. There's a map. Okay, good. We're getting information. This is good.
Michael, it's your shot. You're up.
Oh, okay, cool. So we'll play later, okay?
He's gonna go find Locke.
Put the gun down, Daniel. Don't.
Ma'am.
It's not time for you to jump out and hide yourself.
Come with me.
I don't think he can.
I can't. Desertion.
Punch war by death,
They would
I'm
kill
guessing.
my family.
Saeed. What are you doing?
Oh shit.
Saeed! Now you have to come with me. They'll kill you.
No. You escaped, you stole my gun, and you shot him. And then you shot me.
Oh, the bullet wound.
Please, Nadia. Take it and go.
How did she get killed though? Oh, shit.
Robert didn't notice it was missing either. When I shot him,
But you loved him.
he was sick.
Sick how? The carrier she talked about?
One after the other. I had no choice. To have someone to talk to,
You could
to touch.
you could come back with him. There's 40 other people.
Find me in the next life. If not in this one.
That's what she wrote.
The writing on the back of Nadia's photograph. I've been holding on for the past 7 years to just the thought. A blind hope that somewhere she is still alive.
Okay, so he doesn't know that she's dead. I need to understand what she means by they were sick.
Your people. Watch them closely.
What for? What are we looking for? What? I need specificity, ma'am. Why am I watching them closely?
Danielle,
What are the signs?
who is Alex?
Yes. Her son.
Alex was my child.
I was gonna say, or her daughter.
Mate, you betting against me?
Sorry, dude, but you're a duffer like me. Make it 10 and you're on.
I got 2 tubes of sunscreen, a flashlight, says he chokes.
He's trying. He's trying to be included. Good job, Sawyer. I'm proud of you. Kate.
I'll take that action.
Yeah, I was like, Kate will extend the olive branch to him.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
You just bet on Jack, dumbass.
We need the sunscreen, princess.
Aww. Jack was happy he was including himself too. Oh god, why did that scare me? I hear fucking whispers. What is that? What does it say? Is that the fucking end? Why? Why is that the end? So this is definitely one of those episodes that I want to watch again. And also I want to watch the next episode right after because strong desire to binge the fuck out of this show. That is just the running sort of theme. Like, I might watch another episode in a little bit because I honestly kind of just need more Lost in my life. So, I am so glad that we finally got to Saeed's backstory. I wanted to know who the woman in the photographs was. I I'm also so glad that we are still following Saeed, right? Because I was worried that when he left, we would go away from him for a while. That, damn, the rain is like crazy right now, sorry. But I was worried that we would like depart from him for a bit and we wouldn't see him, and then maybe he would come back and be like, holy shit, all this stuff happened, but we might not get to see it. So I'm really, really glad that we got to see it and that we got a little bit of his backstory and that we know who Nadia is and we know a little bit more about who Saeed is, right? So, and we also met Danielle. Just a lot happened in this episode. So I think that my favorite aspect of it is just getting to see that Saeed was always this like caring person, but he didn't, at least this is how I'm reading him, right? That he always cared and he was always the caring sort of kind Saeed that we see on the island, but he wasn't really allowed to be that way because of where he lived and just what he was sort of born into. Now, it seems to me, based off what he was saying about they would kill his family if he left with her, that maybe he didn't join the Republican Guard. I think it's the Republican Guard, right? Yeah, the Republican Guard. I'm assuming he didn't join voluntarily, or maybe he did, but he had like these different ideas about maybe what it was than what it turned out to be. Yeah, I don't know. I think that, and maybe it's just the actor, but like I think that there's, to me, there seems to be like a kindness in Saeed's eyes. Like he definitely has the ability to do like the puppy dog look that just makes me feel like he's a good person and I root for him. Yeah. So okay, so it's conflicting, right? Because I am like, I'm a shipper at heart. So there's a big part of me that's like, ooh, she lived. Maybe they can meet if he ever gets off the island and they can like continue a life together. But I also don't know how foolish that is, because I'm kind of also the one that's like, they should make a life on this island because there's no guarantee that they will ever get off of it, right? So, and then also maybe it's naive to assume that she even is still alive. I don't know. I'm glad that he gave her a chance to live. Yeah. And I'm glad that it seems like he didn't torture her, right? Like he just told them that he was torturing her, but really he was just keeping her in like a solitary confinement sort of situation and going to her every day under the guise of like trying to get information out of her. And I think he was trying to get the information, but also like with kindness and not with torture. Now, we did see in the previous scene that he is capable of torture. Like we saw it with Sawyer, we saw it with the other guy in the flashback. So, but we also know, based off what Saeed has said, that he's not proud of that part of him and he doesn't want to be that person. And I think for him, doing what he did in like the torture department was just a means to an end because he wanted to be an intelligence officer, right? So like he didn't think that that was, it's not like he was like, yeah, I can't wait to torture people, you know? It was sort of like he was put where he was put and he didn't choose that. At least that's what I got from it. So I was not expecting, like when he stepped over the tripwire, I was not expecting him then to trigger like another fucking trap that, so he's hanging upside down and then he's kidnapped by the French woman whose distress signal we got. I'm really curious about what she was talking about. Like, I do think that, I don't think that she was insane, like she suggested, like he thought, right? Which I think that he did think, you know, she was suffering from having been alone for too long, right? Like her mind was playing tricks on her, and that would just be normal because humans are not intended to be solitary creatures, right? Like, we desire togetherness, right? It's just the nature of humanity is we require other humans in order to survive because, like, I don't know the full science behind it, but it's just a thing, right? Like, you know, animals, you know how like some animals live in packs and some are more like solitary creatures. Like, humans are a type of mammal that lives in packs, you know, like we just require it. So I can understand why Sayid, especially because he understands like the psychological element of putting someone in solitary, right? So he's looking at it from his experience base of like, this is what solitary confinement does to a person. I know that was a tactic that we used to torture, to get information, to make someone question the nature of reality, X, Y, and Z. So it makes sense that he's like, these are things that she made up to cope with in order to survive this confinement that she was in that was, you know, seemingly solitary. Now, I don't think that she was lying, but I also don't know the truth. You know what I mean? Because, like, she mentioned Alex. She was like, where's Alex? Where's Alex? So, and then she said Alex was my child. So, was she having, like, a moment of mental break? Or because she killed Alex and we just didn't know about that yet, like when she was talking about Robert and then, you know, we discovered that she killed him? Or is Alex somewhere out there and we just have not met Alex yet? You know? That's what I'm curious about. So, and then also she said, watch for signs in your people. And then she mentioned being a carrier and people getting sick, and that's why she couldn't risk getting rescued. So I wonder if she, like, why would she put the distress signal? So was it not a distress signal then, but a warning signal for people to stay away? Was it not like, rescue me, but rather like, don't come here because bad shit happens here? I'm curious as to what signs we're supposed to be watching for, because Danielle was hella fucking vague. She's like, hey, watch for signs in your peeps. And I'm like, signs of what? You know? So, who knows? She talked about whispers in the trees, which Sayid heard at the end. I heard through my headphones. So, and then the carrier thing. They're carriers. Okay, so she's saying the others who, I'm gonna write that down. I think I already wrote that down. The Black Rock. Okay, so I'm assuming maybe at some point we will go to this Black Rock. We will discover the Black Rock. We will discover the others. We'll understand what the fuck she means by carriers. It seems like what she's saying, if I'm following her train of thought, is her and a team of other scientists, or just her and her husband and their child. But it seems like her and her husband and their child and another team, a team of scientists, were on a ship, a science team, yeah, near Tahiti. They were 3 days out of Tahiti. Something malfunctioned on the vessel. The ship crashed onto this island. I wonder if they had the polar bears, you know, just, they're a science team. They crashed on this island for 2 months, I think she said, that, like, stuff was fine. And then her husband started acting different. Then she killed him, Robert. And then we didn't learn about what happened with Alex, or the other scientists, just that I think she killed them, right? And then the others are carriers of whatever disease befell the science team that she killed. And then she put the distress signal out so people wouldn't come because they couldn't get rescued, because she didn't want to risk spreading whatever the disease was to the world. Do I have that right? Unless it's a spoiler. If it's a spoiler, don't tell me. But I'm just trying to figure out, like, don't tell me anything, but if I'm following her train of thought, that I think that that's what she said. Not in the Michael Scott, that's what she said way, but literally in the, like, that's what she said. Like, am I following her train of thought? Also, for some reason, her name, Russo, Danielle Russo, reminds me of, I feel like there was an explorer named Russo. But then I also just keep thinking, no, I'm thinking of Robinson Crusoe. So I don't know. I could just be wrong. Yeah, there's a lot. I feel like the things that we're learning in this episode, the Black Rock, the others, the carrier, them being carriers, Alex, who Danielle existing, you know, her hideout. I feel like the things that we're learning in this episode, Saeed hearing the whispers, like, these are things that are going to be important later. So I'm trying to make a mental note of all of them and, like, situate them in the right order in my head so that later when they come up, I'm like, yes, okay, I can pull these from my brain and put them together, and X plus Y is going to equal Z, and, you know, like, all that stuff. So I'm also really enjoying the little, I guess, like, the B story of this episode, which is that the whole stuff back at the cave with Sawyer and Kate and him reaching out, and then also Jack and Hurley and Charlie and Michael and them, you know, making the golf game for the one guy who is the hypochondriac. Like, I don't know his name. But yeah, like, and then everybody sort of finally relaxing a bit because they're not just worried, constantly sitting there like, we need to survive. I think that it's been roughly 2 weeks since we've been on the island, because I think in the last episode it had been about 2 weeks, and this takes place 2 days after Saeed left, so a little bit over 2 weeks, I believe, since we've been on the island. So this would be the point where hope of rescue would pretty significantly start dwindling, even for those who don't know about the distress signal and everything, right? Because I don't know. I would just be like, how long, based off of, like, search and rescue things that I've seen in the media in my life, like, they don't usually keep searching for people after a certain cutoff, right? They kind of assume, well, they search for people, like, search and rescue for a bit. I'm not exactly sure the number of days. I think it depends, right? But they do search and rescue for a bit, and then they start doing search and recovery, right? Because they're like, we're going to assume you're dead, but we're going to still try to recover your body. And then after a while, they're just going to assume you're at the bottom of the ocean and they can't find you and declare you legally dead, right? Like, so I'm not sure the exact timeline that would occur on. Yeah. Especially because they don't know that they went off course, so they would be looking for them in the wrong place. There would be no trace of where they are because they're looking for them in the wrong place. So the assumption that they would be dead would probably have been made at this point. So I think that all that being said, I think that finding things like golf and just things to do to pass the time and kind of making this place a version of home is good. Now, I'm not saying that they should completely lose hope of rescue. Like, they should still try to find the tower. They should still try to send out a distress signal. As long as Saeed is with them, they, like, have the technical know-how to do those things. And, of course, they should do those. I don't know if, like, Michael, who drew that to make the showers, he's giving architect vibes, so maybe at some point they could put all their brains together and maybe make some sort of boat and get off the island themselves. I don't know if that would be possible. I don't know how long that would take. I don't know if he has the technical know-how, if anybody does. But again, maybe all of them together. Maybe if they find the others. Maybe, you know, maybe. There's lots of maybes. But in the meantime, while we're waiting to see what happens with all of that, I think it's good for them to also just have outlets for joy, because there's so much trauma and grief that would be encapsulated in all of them in this moment. I don't think encapsulated is the right word, but that would be like involved in all of this, right? Because, you know, you have the shock of surviving a plane crash. You have the stress of surviving a plane crash. You have the trauma of that. You know, Jack has the trauma of just having buried his father, you know, the grief at least of that, if not trauma. And then you have the trauma of realizing that this may be the rest of your life, however long or short that is. And I just think that all of that compounded together would be a lot for anybody to handle without an outlet for joy and being able to find happiness in like small things and little moments. I just think that you would, I don't know, I think you would probably give up and not want to continue fighting to survive if you couldn't find pockets of joy in the valleys of sadness, you know? So, golf, I guess, long story short, golf is a good pocket of joy that they have found, and I'm glad that Kate is trying to talk some sense into Sawyer and make him realize that no man is an island, you know, I guess pun intended, and that he can stop ostracizing himself and try to reach out, try to forge some sort of friendship and bonds with these people. And if he's willing to do that, then maybe they will return it. And we saw them start to return it, right? Like Kate was the first to reach out with the olive branch, or he reached the olive branch out. She was the first to take it, but others started coming around too. So I just think that if he can show other people the side of him that Kate sees sometimes, right? He's still sometimes an asshole to her too. But if he can be the guy that she sees he's capable of being, then I think that maybe everybody else can too. And that'll be a good thing for just everyone, right? It'll make less animosity between people. It will, yeah. It'll just be better for everyone, I think. Anyway, what else? I really liked what Nadia said to Saeed, or wrote, right, to Saeed on the back of the photograph about, like, we'll meet again, if not in this life, then the next, or something like that, like, find me, whatever it was. I don't remember the exact quote, but I thought that was beautiful. But I also think that him letting go of that and realizing that sometimes you can't move forward while you're still clinging to the past, I think that's really healthy thing for him. And I think that it's healthy especially because he is trapped on this desert island. So for him to sort of have any hope of moving forward from the situation he's at now, he has to let go of not only her, but like his entire past life, you know, and start living this life now. So, yeah. I don't know. I really like Saeed a lot. He is definitely one of my favorite characters. I just think that he is like, he seems so good to me, and I just want to protect him. And I was really scared that Danielle was going to shoot him, and I was going to be so upset. But luckily that did not happen. I kind of wish Danielle had come come with him, because I feel like she has useful information that she could depart upon the other people. But I'm glad he took the map. I'm glad he took some other coordinate things, and maybe when he takes that and he goes back to Jack and everybody, they can look over it and we can figure out like where to go from there, you know. Anyway, I think that is all the rambling that I have to do for this episode. Thank you guys, as always, so much for watching. If you want, you can watch the next episode right now over on Patreon if you're watching this on YouTube, as well as my entire full-length reaction to this episode and every single episode that I have seen thus far of Lost. That is over on Patreon as well, which is linked in the description down below, just in case I didn't say it already, because I honestly can't remember. Anyway, I cannot wait for more. As always, I just want to binge it. Until next time. Bye, guys.